Luffy meeting Shanks has been one of the biggest moments in One Piece that's been foreshadowed since the beginning of the series. We found out that Shanks, he is the reason why Luffy actually did begin his pirate journey, and I believe that this cycle will come full circle and we will see Luffy meeting Shanks at the end of the series. Now, we know that Luffy, he has promised to return the Straw Hat back to Shanks, and this was a very monumental moment because we know the Straw Hat, it belonged to the former pirate king Gold D. Rogers. So the fact that Shanks wants that back does lead me to believe that there's a lot of different ways how Luffy can return the Straw Hat to Shanks, but I do believe that him bringing back the Straw Hat will lead to the end of the series, and the first scenario would be Luffy versus Shanks for a final battle, the evil Shanks theory. And this will be Luffy's biggest test, obviously, because this is, to a lot of people's beliefs, the strongest Yonko. Me personally, I believe it's Big Mom, but that's either here or there. But Shanks versus Luffy will be Luffy's biggest test, obviously, because this is his mentor. This is one of the top 10 strongest characters in the series, and we know that Luffy, he's been wanting to surpass Shanks from the beginning. Yeah, the kid Luffy, he told him, I'm going to surpass you. That's why I don't want to join your crew. So I definitely am excited to see how this will turn out. Did Luffy actually turn out to surpass Shanks? That will be a huge question. And some people were wondering if Shanks was going to become the Pirate King, because we know that Shanks, he was on the Pirate King's crew, so he's obviously someone important. But does Shanks want to be the Pirate King? And if he does, that would be one of the main reasons why him and Luffy would have to clash in order to see who could be the final Pirate King and evil Shanks. Some people don't like this theory, but I do think it's very plausible for a way to Luffy to bring back the Straw Hat. But then there are some people who believe that Luffy will actually bring back the Straw Hat in an alliance. Yes, some people do believe that Shanks is gathering an alliance in order to take on the world government, because a lot of people do believe that Shanks is a double agent for the world government, because we see him working with the Gorosei, we see him talking to Aimu-sama, like all these top tiers, and yet this is a notorious pirate. So if he does actually build up an army to fight up against the world government, I think that would be cool. And he would obviously need Luffy's help in order to take on the world government, because the world government, do not sleep on how strong they are. They have the admirals, the fleet admiral Akainu, like they have the Gorosei, CP9. They have a lot of different people underneath that they can use to fight. So I definitely do think that if Shanks and Luffy did team up at the end of the series, that would be something that is good. And this could also push Luffy to becoming the Pirate King, because if Luffy teams up with the Yonko in order to dethrone the world government, you might as well just start calling him Luffy D. Roger, because he is definitely going to take over Roger's name as the next Pirate King. And the last and final theory for how Luffy can bring back the Straw Hat would be to Shanks showing him the truth, because we know that Shanks, he obviously knows the truth about this world. He was on the Pirate King's crew, the man who knew what the One Piece was. He is shown working with the government. So if there's anybody that knows the truth, it would be Shanks. And I do believe that Shanks, he is waiting for Luffy to bring him the Straw Hat once he's finally mature, once he finally knows about the world and everything. Because Doflamingo was telling Luffy himself, he was like, this world, you don't know anything about this. You're still a rookie to it. So I do believe that Shanks, he is waiting for Luffy to, or I believe that this is one of the possibilities, that he is waiting for Luffy to obviously get smarter, mature, and everything before he tells him the truth and why he actually gave him the Straw Hat. Because I believe that Shanks, he knows how important, I know Shanks knows how important the Straw Hat is, because he was on Roger's crew, and the fact that he gave it to Luffy goes to show you that he must have had some type of confidence in him in order to entrust somebody, a little brat, with something this important, the former Pirate King's main hat. But I believe that the next time Luffy does meet Shanks, it will be Luffy's biggest test, because we seen that Shanks, he didn't even want to see Luffy at a weakened state. Like we saw at Marineford, Shanks, he was like, no, I don't even want to look at Luffy in the state that he is now, which goes to show you that he has high hopes for Luffy, and he actually does want to see him only at full power. I mean, we seen he was smiling when he got the whole news about the newspaper, which does lead me to believe that Shanks will want to fight Luffy at the end of the series, but no. I know you guys must be thinking, MonkeyRiq, Shanks is not going to be evil. Shanks is a good guy, blah, 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 but just hear me out. I'm not saying that Shanks is going to be evil, because I don't think that Shanks is going to be evil. If Shanks was evil, it would have already kind of been revealed with all the stuff that he's already been through, you know, all the different islands and stuff, because we seen that the people, like for example, Fishman Island, we saw that they weren't very too fond of Big Mom and all that stuff, and that got around. So if there was like territories that didn't like Shanks, I'm pretty sure it would get around. And on top of that, Shanks will want to test Luffy to see if he is worthy of becoming the Pirate King, because I believe that Shanks, he is watching over the throne to see who he's basically stopping the person to become the Pirate King. Because I think that Shanks, if he did want to, he could find the One Piece, but I believe that his final fight with Luffy, the next time they meet, it will be a test for Shanks to see how strong Luffy has become, because we've seen that Shanks, he is basically serious about guarding the Goldie Roger legacy and all that stuff. Like, Shanks will die over this stuff, so I'm pretty sure he won't let somebody who's not ready to become the Pirate King become the Pirate King. And I think that he's going to fight Luffy at the end to see if he is worthy of becoming the next Pirate King, the man who can surpass Goldie Roger. And we've seen that Luffy, he's fought in against friends before without any type of word, the Usopp, Kobe, etc, etc. So I do believe that Luffy and Shanks, the next time they will meet, it will be a battle, but not out of malicious will, something to see if Luffy is ready to become the Pirate King. Comment what you guys see down below, subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.